right, good Tuesday morning, everybody. We are live here on KENS 5 talking weather, and it's a mostly cloudy look at our sky right now. If you're getting out in the next 30 minutes to an hour, it's fine. It's just a little humid and tropical outside, and just below me are also current traffic conditions. For example, there's 410 at San Pedro, a little bit of a backup on there. You can see some police presence and a few cars on the side, on the median of the road. So just a heads up for 410 at San Pedro. We might see that rotate, but it looks like that's the main concern in San Antonio right now. At this time of hour, most roads are doing okay, but right now 410 at San Pedro, somewhat of a slowdown. So be careful, drive safely, keep a large distance from the car in front of you. And 410 and I-10, it looks like that's very similar to where it's at. So if you're driving anywhere in that area this morning, be very, very careful. We'll keep that on below me live for any additional updates. There's the airport on the big screen. Temperature at 83, both at the airport and at Stinson. Winds are a little breezy at 16 miles an hour. We have 79 at Boerne, 83 at Randolph, 86 at Lavernia. Still some 70s in the Hill Country, 78 in Bandera and Kerrville, 73 at Rock Springs, the cool spot right now. About 10 degrees cooler from where San Antonio, the airport, is on the thermometer. 77 at Fredericksburg and 77 at Junction. There are the sustained winds. Actually, those are occasional wind gusts. So at the airport specifically, between 10 and 16 miles an hour, 20 at Rock Springs and 18 at George West, and there's the satellite and radar. Now, notice there's a lot of cloud cover kind of moving in from the west, and I think that'll be mostly out west, but we'll continue to see some breaks in the sky, some haze out there. I think the cloud cover is going to kind of move in that direction. Some of it will drift east towards San Antonio. Maybe a sprinkle, because you can see as we erase some of this right here, right there. Let's zoom in. You can see out near Eagle Pass, Maverick County, near Kinney County, and near La Pryor, for example. A couple of sprinkles out there forming on radar. More of a light rain out near central Texas, near Mason, Brady, San Saba, west of Marble Falls, but that is really it. No strong storm systems moving in our direction. Mostly quiet skies out there. Okay, so let's talk about the 3-day. We can see a high temperature of 97 today, 98 Wednesday, 98 Thursday. So I would say pretty much like seasonal heat. The normal high is like 95, 96 this time of year. We'll be a couple of degrees above that, but I say seasonal just because, you know, in mid to late July, early August, we can easily hit like 102, 103, 104 on daytime highs. So the fact that we're seeing 97, 98 for several days, not terrible, but still, drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, find shade when you can, take breaks, check up on your neighbors, especially if they're outdoors for a long amount of time, and your friends or family that are working outdoors for a period of hours, 2, 3, 4 hours at a time. Check up on them, make sure they're okay, because this heat, despite it not being 100-degree heat, it's still pretty dangerous because of high pressure. Matter of fact, take a look. This ridge expands across Texas and much of the United States, anywhere from Texas towards Florida, up towards parts of the Midwest and the Carolinas and even West Virginia and near New York and Washington, D.C. This is the main weather player, meaning it's just going to be hot, which is what happens in July and August. Daytime highs are going to trend right around in the upper 90s, lower 100s, state and area wide because of this very dry pattern. Now, what we're watching closely, this might shake up the pattern a little bit more, is this plume of orange and red. This is what we call precipitable water. We'll rewind that back. Notice by Thursday and Friday, it nears the Texas coast, and it looks like that'll produce scattered showers. A couple of those will be storms. I think primarily along the coast between Corpus Christi, Galveston, Houston, San Antonio, and towards Louisiana is where the focal point of more scattered rain will be. And if that does happen, probably like Friday, late afternoon, mostly into Saturday and Sunday. Right now, our rain coverage is running probably like at 10 to 20% on rain coverage in San Antonio. So you can kind of see that right there. Tropical rain's possible. It's nearing the coast Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Let's see if I can bring in a forecast model. I think this is a long range. Let me just yeah, it's a long range. Let me just double check. So there's long range. Here it is. Let's take a look at this. And guys, if you have any questions, comment down below, join the conversation. If you're traveling, feel free to ask about the weather elsewhere, but here in Texas, obviously, the weather doesn't change all that much with high temperatures in the upper 90s, pretty much every day going forward. So look at this. This is the potential at rainfall. This is a long-range forecast model pretty much through Sunday at what's possible. So Friday, maybe a sprinkle or an isolated shower in San Antonio. More of that towards like Victoria, Matagorda Bay, maybe towards Galveston and Houston. Through Saturday, some of that will drift farther north towards like Atascosa County, Wilson County, Floresville, Cuero, Karnes City, for example, George West and Beeville. And some of that may drift towards San Antonio, but mostly isolated activity Saturday. And then same thing on Sunday and through Monday. So basically what you're seeing right there, as I point to it, that's the rainfall potential between Friday and early next week. As you can see, mostly coastal showers between basically like Corpus Christi and western Louisiana, where there could be some pockets of heavier rain. But this is pretty normal. You know, during the summertime, it's just so tropical and humid outside. And then when you add in some of this energy from the northern Gulf, which is what we're going to see this weekend, that'll produce more coastal showers. So I think that is the main takeaway from this weekend. If you have plans outdoors, don't cancel them. But if you're driving down I-37 towards like Three Rivers, Corpus Christi, George West, Beeville, towards Galveston or Houston, just anticipate a couple of downpours forming along the sea breeze, and that could impact some driving and some outdoor plans. But San Antonio, mostly isolated activity on Saturday and Sunday. Irene, you're very welcome. Mary, absolutely. Awesome weather. I would say, you know, is this, you know, perfect weather? No, but this is awesome weather just because it's summertime. It's 97, 98. It could be a lot worse. It could easily be like at 102 to 103. It is humid outside with all the recent rains, tropical rain, soil moisture. That's going to add to a heat index of like 100 to 103 day by day through the weekend. So again, limit time outdoors, check up on your neighbors, drink plenty of water. Don't go anywhere without a bottle of water at arm's reach because this heat, it's here to stay across South Texas. But yeah, absolutely. So that is it for the forecast, guys. Download KENS 5 Plus. It is free to download on your app store, on Roku, on Fire TV. Also, download the KENS 5 app. That's free as well. Any updates on radar, tropical weather, severe weather, we have them on the KENS 5 app, and it's free. Why not download it? It's free today. If not, no worries. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Upper 90s through the weekend with a small chance at rain, some isolated storms and